Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Hey, man. Here we go, man. It's Tuesday night. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
And that's a cop.
And it's 8:42. So, not too bad, man. We missing a few people today, and I'm sure they
the
somewhere.
Producer ain't here. They grandson. They're in Costa Rica.
That's what it was. Costa Rica out there in Costa Rica, man. Parlaying. Tell them to bring me some rants. Some Costa Rica out there, man. But I'm sure they're looking at their watches to see what time we start.
Exactly.
So we said, let's make sure we still give them a good start time to let them know that what her efforts have not been in vain, and we're gonna make it happen because
Phoenix,
you established something, Phoenix.
And Phoenix, we would have made it, but Lo screwing off, wasn't ready. But I was here on time, as always.
Wow.
That's
how you do up in here,
and I'm sure they can tell by my laugh. And my laugh I just gave was similar to last week's laugh on a particular topic that he came up with. So I'm pretty sure they know the truth. But anyway, Classic Conversation with Jae Tea and Lo.
And that's a cop.
And as you can tell, to my left,
I'm JT. Thank you.
Pretty Ricky not in the building today. So we're going to go with Pretty Christy tonight. Miss Christy Gaynell, how are you, dear?
I'm well, thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Very good, very good. So, what number one fan say? And late, you got. We're late. 8:42. We did. That's excellent. That's excellent. Just 5 minutes off of last week's time. So, we getting better this thing, man.
Really? This is the next best thing to on time.
How about that? How about that? So, anyway, as my man JT would say at this point, please like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button, all those buttons on the side, the smile, the growl. I don't know what all the other buttons are. I'm just making up stuff at this point. But all those buttons, because it's going to help our
algorithm.
What? Look at We didn't rehearse that. I was going to say you're going to roll with me, man. He was right there on point. Good job there, Oscar Cop. That was wonderful, man. But yeah, man, hit all those buttons, man. Keep this thing going. We've hit several thresholds, man, on this platform here recently that we're real excited and quite frankly proud about. And it's because of you all continue to help us out. So we want you to continue to help push it. So please hit those buttons, man, and keep this thing going. MJ.
Hey.
How was your week, brother?
It's actually pretty good, man. Deer season's in.
So
I was out there with the bow. It's not gun.
You hunt?
Not, the gun season yet, huh?
You hunt?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I hunt a lot. Split-tailed does and white-tailed deer, everything.
When the apocalypse come, I know who to look for then.
You gotta get country to get that last part. Split-tailed doe.
Yeah.
But yeah, deer season going great. I let some walk. I'll get them doing gun season, some does, but I'm looking for a buck.
You say you let some walk?
Yeah, that means you let them pass.
No, I know.
Yeah, I let some walk.
I know I was going to ask a question. So how do you make that decision?
Well, really, if it's a nice buck or if it's a big doe, I'll bust it. Because a big doe meat's the best meat. So if I see a nice doe, I'm going to go ahead and pop a center arrow through.
So you cook them?
Oh, yeah. Deer meat's good. The main thing that messes people up with deer meat is just like lamb. It's just like goat. It cooks quick because it's a very lean meat. It has very little fat in it. and people tend to overcook it, so it's tough. You got to marinate it, and you cook it slow. And it should be a little bit pink in the middle if you're doing the tenderloins. The hamburger, I cook it just like anything else. I season my own and do it.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love deer meat. I hadn't had it in a long time. I'm gonna tell you something, man. The best deer meat I've had, I think I said this on the podcast before, is my uncle, rest his soul, Joseph Bracy, used to cook. When I say, man, he made a deer meat so tender.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. So yeah, I never eat deer meat before I tasted his. After that, I was like, but nobody better cook it quite like his yet, though, man. So, but I'm interested in seeing what you got, though.
I got you. Oh man, I got you, bro. I got you.
I'm interested in trying the MJ. So
I definitely got you. I do some
yeah.
summer sausage to give you some summer sausage. I ain't gonna lie and tell me give you no tenderloins, but I give you some other stuff.
Okay.
Some steaks, some little hamburger.
Okay.
It'll be good.
Okay.
So what's your
and I put a
specialty that you make with this deer meat? What's like your favorite thing?
My favorite
If you
thing,
wanna
I would
impress somebody.
say, I like to take onions and you saute them down to the translucent, and then you put some bell peppers in there and cook them down, not quite as much, and then you put those deer chops or deer tenderloin with your deer chops is when they still got the backbone on it, so it looks like a regular pork chop. But I like to put the tenderloins in there. You just turn them over to their brown and that gravy in there, and add a little bit of starch or a little bit of flour, your choice, and stir it up real good and put it over some rice. Wow, that shit makes you slap your mama.
Sound like you know what he's doing over there, don't it?
Yeah,
He's
that's
done
what I
that
like.
before.
He done that before, huh? Yeah, sound like you know what you're doing there, buddy.
Oh yeah, man. You had boys like I did. I used to put it on the table. Wild hog or deer.
So who taught you to hunt?
Oh, my grandfather.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it was a
My dad's
grandfather.
more of a fisherman, but my grandfather, that's when he sent me out when I was 12 with a shotgun. I got my first squirrels and a rabbit. And then I was hooked ever since.
Really?
Yeah.
So did your grandfather live on a farm or?
Yeah, they got farms in Louisiana.
Okay. So when you were traveling, y'all would come back.
Yeah, but I spent the summers there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's dope. That's dope. So Miss Gaynell, how was your week?
It's been delightful,
Delightful?
mostly, yeah.
Did you pause on the delight?
You know, it's been interesting because
Okay.
my mom lives in Florida. She's up in the North Georgia mountains right now, Red Top. And I had to go up there to make sure that she's not joining a cult because she met these people on TikTok. So, let me go check on my mom. And then I called her the other night. She didn't answer. I was like, oh, Lord, I hope she don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh. Really?
They almost got her to get baptized. Like, no. So
Who are these people?
I told you she met them on TikTok. She
And they
started
literally
following.
met up at the.
She started following some people on TikTok.
Oh, wow.
A pastor or something,
Uh-oh.
and yeah,
Start right there.
He got quite a group together, nice little group of followers, and decided to have a retreat up in North Georgia. So my mom was like, "That sounds fun. I'm gonna go. You want to come?" I was like, "No, but I'll come check on you."
Yeah. Make sure she enter her bank account.
Right, that part exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the seniors.
Yeah, bringing all their money up there, for good tidings and whatever other BS they come up with to get people to do that kind of stuff. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so life just keeps lifing. It's never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. Try it again, number one. I just opened it up where it's open, so it should let you share from that last one I just posted.
Hola.
Well, that's what's up. What's up, Don? I see you, brother.
I put mine on.
Well, I had a fairly decent week, man.
Was it as interesting as mine?
I used to asking questions.
It's all good, brother.
My bad.
Outside of my Steelers getting it completely and utterly embarrassed for the second time this year, but we just did a show on that, so I won't harp on that anymore. I've already done my rant for the day. Thank you for the earlier podcast. So I was able to get that off my chest. If not, I'd be doing it right now. But I was able to get it off my chest. I was able to release, so, looked like hot garbage.
Wow.
Yeah. And for the first time, it's the first time I ever thought about my coach just needs to hush. Because you go with anything Mike T say. Today was the first day where I was like,
Yeah, normally,
Coach,
normally you can
you're
rock
wrong.
him.
Yeah.
You said you're
What
wrong.
up, Teasy? What's good, brother? Huh?
You said you're wrong.
He was wrong. I didn't like anything he said in his press conference. And I usually love everything he says. Today, I don't like anything he said. Nothing he said made me feel like we're getting better.
What would you have said?
The truth. Our offense is struggling, and we gotta do something to change it. I'm not gonna say, because we didn't get in helmets. No, I don't want to hear that BS. Our offense is struggling, and I'm gonna make the necessary changes to get us back on track, no matter what that is or who that is. And everybody
Including
watching the
that
game knows who
quarterback.
I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So yeah, I want to see some more of that.
Eagles are winning, but their offenses had not clicked the whole
They're
season.
not clicking.
They're not clicking, but their defense is just that good. Thank you, Falcons.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Lee's still mad about that because he's like,
Yeah,
man, we
was
should
a
not have let
beast.
that. That's a generational talent. And I told him then, I was like, man, that running back legit. He's like, I don't care. You just don't get a guy like that. And the more he plays, that kid is.
Yeah.
This week, I thought he was in. No, he was talking about defensive lineman from UGA. Big boy.
Yeah, Carter.
Yeah.
Oh, he's showing out, man. Yeah. First year All Pro, man.
All right, let me get this back on track because y'all start talking football.
My bad.
What is that? Over 15. Over 15. We can do whatever we want to do. I can't show that light.
And y'all
Okay.
start talking football. There may be no
yeah.
coming back from that.
Yeah. No, we're gonna reel it in. JT said can't be more disgusted what my Giants look like.
Well, you know
But the
that,
difference is, Teasy, there was no real expectation for your Giants. I mean, that's not.
It hasn't been since.
And that's not even taking a shot at the Giants. Who
Eli.
really believed that Daniel Jones was going to do anything with that team?
Nah, they
and
got
then
a
after
running
you got the
back
running
this
back
year.
hurt, you knew it was a wrap.
Yeah.
We actually had expectations. You know what I'm saying? Although
That might be where you messed up.
Well, I'm saying we meaning Steeler faithful. Like most people still didn't predict us to win a lot of games. They had us fourth in the division. You know what I mean? But we saw differently. But we have enough talent. But the coaching is the problem. The coaching is definitely the problem, and that's scary. But the coaching, when I watched that Houston game and I watched a rookie quarterback shred us like lunch meat, a rookie quarterback, no excuses for that. No excuses for that. You know, while my quarterback can't get a ball down the field. And so,
But you know who looked good?
who that?
Buffalo. Oh, my God. Buffalo beat Dolphins like they was 10 years
And I picked that game. I wasn't surprised by that at all.
I didn't think. I thought it was going to be closer. I thought Buffalo was going to win, but that was like, ooh.
Well, JT, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Unc called. Unc hit me
said
up
he's
and
on the
said,
line?
"Okay, go ahead. What up, Teasy? Where you at?"
Hey,
There you
man,
go.
I just had to call and we all talking about this sports thing. I know I keep calling in throughout the night, but brother, let me tell you, you're right. Nothing was expected of my Giants. But they just got $40 million a year guaranteed.
Yeah.
You
Can't
talking
argue.
about disgusted.
And when they did it, everybody in the whole league was looking at him like, why?
Why?
Oh, yeah, man, I wanted to compliment you, man. You didn't lead off with, you went a long way to watch ass whooping.
Well, I was about to say that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's up there. It's up there.
He
It's
said it,
definitely.
but I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, JT. Let me just say
I'm
this
not
to you.
done.
I want to give the benefit of the doubt though, because Unc said, "I love how JT posts his traveling pictures." You know what I mean? But why would he go over there to watch that team get? I said, "Well, JT's a Giants fan." I said, "So I think he went over there more so for the experience than the team." Well, so I kind of tried to bail you out of that BS, JT. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. I didn't even have to go to the game. But again, I was in London, so I figured I would enjoy the experience. Plus, my man had season, he's a ticket holder, had the tickets on the low. Now, I will tell you this, Wembley Stadium is garbage. The TV that they have hanging up on each end is the same size as the one in my theater room.
Wow.
Garbage.
Wow.
The seats don't even have cup holders
For real?
or arm.
Damn.
That's an old stadium, though, ain't it? What
Yeah,
is
that's,
it?
they don't
that's
have
like
footholds.
their Boston Garden.
Oh,
That's their
yes.
Boston Garden.
It's
Yeah.
super
Yeah,
old.
it's very, very, very old.
But the Falcons are
There was
going
no
back.
good drink. There was no good food. And you add to that, I was rented by the Falcons fan, and man,
He said rent it.
oh, they stunk up the joint.
And the fact that they spent all that the jacket they could have had caught. I'm glad they didn't because I'm a fit fan. But
The
they
only
got
thing that
already
the
had a
Falcons
good
going
running
for
back.
them
That's what was stupid about the pick. They already
is that
had
they're
a good
not
running back.
paying that quarterback any money.
Yeah.
They can get.
No, I agree. I mean,
Yeah,
I agree.
They have way too many weapons to be that horrible on offense. It was bad. And you add to it, it was a Jaguars home game. So there was Jacksonville flags everywhere. They had Jacksonville stuff hanging up all over the field. Yeah.
But Jacksonville gonna be there 2 weeks though. They stay, right? Yeah, they stay. They gonna
They've been there 10 years in a row,
right.
and they're playing their next.
Yeah. That's like a home game for Jacksonville.
Exactly.
Yeah. But how was the
It was bad,
experience though, man? How was it over there? Did y'all enjoy the
London
city?
is dope.
Okay.
If I had my baggage, our luggage lost. So we have luggage for a day. But luckily I had cigars in my carry-on. But we would kick it. The city experience I don't care for. They don't have cigars for the common man.
They don't have cigars for what?
A cigar,
For the common man.
they don't have cigars
cheap
for common man.
That's big Willie, big money. Pretty Ricky.
Basically, you go to a cigar lounge to have a cigar and a drink, looking at about 87 American dollars.
What?
Wow.
Oh,
I'm not lying.
Dang.
damn.
You thought you was in
left.
fellowship all over again, huh?
Hey, bro, we left and went to it in front of the hotel, put a speaker out, and kicked it.
Wow. That's crazy.
Real talk.
So is it like it's
But London itself, the food was good. The people are rude, as of course, but it was a good time.
so
real.
a cigar bar is like what's the word? Like a bucket, a like a delicacy. I mean, why is it so expensive?
The cigar lounges are for the elitists.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
It's a
You walk up
hoity-toity
and there's nothing but
establishment.
Lamborghinis,
interesting.
Porsche trucks, and everything sitting out front.
Wow.
I'm surprised you said the food
We
was
went
good.
to a cigar shop,
I like the food.
One of the
and
few
we bought
places I've
2
been in Europe, I
cigars.
don't like the food.
and it was 80 American dollars.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. It was no
And
sin.
the only reason we did that was because we walked 17 minutes to get there. So I just couldn't make that walk for nothing.
But not for nothing, right?
They had to come back with something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. How was the weather?
Yeah. The weather wasn't bad. It was about 68 during the day. About 56, 57 at night.
Oh, that ain't bad at all.
Yeah, knee pad on though, because it got a little cool at night. But overall, I when we got back here, that 82 degree weather caught me off. Yeah, for real. But as I told you earlier, the 2 people in my crew caught COVID. So yeah, that part happened. Luckily, I didn't. So I'm actually smoking a cigar now. Not that 45 cigar though.
Well, we look forward to seeing you.
I don't know what occasion I'm gonna smoke that for.
I know that's right. Brother. That's crazy. Well, welcome back home there.
Yeah,
What's
welcome
up,
back.
London
Glad you had a
accent?
good trip.
Oh man, I'm gonna be tuning in the whole time.
Chop.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. There you go. Cheerio.
Yeah, I did catch myself going
Naked.
a couple of times. But I was surprised too. They were saying mate to me. And I was like, I thought that was an Australian thing.
Oh, mate. No.
But yeah.
I misheard you. I
I
thought you
was
said
saying it too
naked.
to everyone. I was like, excuse me, mate.
Yeah. Now you messed up. I'm going to be end up talking like this the whole show.
Could I have a little bit of that porridge?
Porridge.
All right, Teasy. Well, welcome back home there, Chop. And we're going to take a quick break, man. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes, y'all. I'll be right back. Hey. Back with Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
That's a cop.
And Christy.
Pretty Chrissy, what they call her. You gonna go all in tonight? Pretty Chrissy, what they call her. So listen, again, like I'm ready to do what my boy JT does. Make sure you do the like, share, subscribe. Some folks be like, man, why y'all keep worrying? People ask me about that because, man, this is how we advance the podcast. This is how the algorithm kicks in. This is how those things happen, man. When you like, you share, and you subscribe. But if you don't do nothing else, please share it because you just never know, man. We share so much nonsense on the internet. Let's share some of this good classic conversation stuff. You know what I mean? So anyway, hit all those buttons on the side. The like, the love, the hug. I don't know what they all are, but all those things help our
Algorithm.
Hey, man, here we go, man. We hitting home runs tonight.
Yeah, so far.
JT, I'll let you respond to number one fan. She want to know about the red light district, so you can respond to that via the type. And Unc said, yeah, the Giants suck, yeah. It's good to know somebody sucks a little worse than we do, but anyway, we'll stay off of that subject. Chrissy, we won't go back to the football, okay?
Thank you. Not that I have anything against football per se. I'm just
So
saying.
listen, guys, it's been the talk of the town all over the internet. Non-stop, man. Shannon Sharp interviewed Brittany Renner. I think that's how you say her last name. Who, by the way, is fine. But anyway, he interviewed Brittany. And during the course of the interview, if you haven't seen the interview, it was a really dope interview.
Yeah, well.
She was way more interactive with a lot of the guests. She was herself, and that's what she discussed the whole show.
I think what
She
it
didn't
is,
pour
she got
water
a
on
little too
anybody.
loose.
That too many shots.
Yeah, too many. Oh, she was chugging. She was trying to go. Shannon Shaw was turning it up, and she turned it up, and then she let those famous words out. Drop that number.
What's up, Mr. Millennial?
Those
Mr. Millennial
famous
just chimed
words?
in all the way from Costa Rica.
Famous last words.
Said famous last words.
What
So
were
anyway,
what
let's
were
get to
the
the
famous
topic.
last words?
The topic she went into was her sex life, and she said she's a very open and honest person, and she discussed her, life based from beginning to end. How she was raised. She was mixed, and she had a lot of freedom, and she hung out with a lot of white people, and she dated white and black. But it got to the point of, how many sex partners she had. And she proudly said, I've had 35. And Shannon liked to choked up a gut.
Yeah, he did. He like, woo. And then she came. Oh no, he got quiet when she threw it back. She served it back around. Hey, and how many of you had?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He said, I'm making.
You're not interviewing me.
Yeah.
You can tell that number.
But it was interesting how, he act like he, had to get a shot. That was a hilarious scene, by the way. Like, hey, anybody else need a shot? You know what I mean? So, but it brought up a topic that's been discussed nonstop. I'm talking about the Breakfast Club, on this show, on that show, about her sexual past and the way that she was open with it. And it brought up, the number of partners for a female and how it's judged differently for a male.
I think the person.
And she even brought it up though, was when she compared Jeter's 9 and how Derek Jeter was promoted, featured on SportsCenter, and had and that was just denying some of the more famous women he's had. You know what I mean? So go ahead.
I mean, I feel kind of bad when my number's 8, and
Your number's what?
8.
MJ, please don't start this week, please.
My number's 8. And so I mean, if y'all
Folks,
just want
I laughed last week. Please don't make me start this week.
What's that? Eight's the number. That's your stroke number.
Oh no, it's higher than that.
Oh,
I don't do that. Work out 4 times a week for nothing now.
Ask him again.
I said eight's your stroke number. That's what we talking about.
You better like 4 times.
He's like 1, 2, 3,
only 8 women got that
4,
pleasure.
5,
Just 8.
6,
That's
7.
it. And I'm waiting. I'm saving myself for marriage.
You saving yourself for marriage.
Okay. Go ahead, finish MJ.
No, but I mean, I think that what happened,
Thank you,
she was going back and forth, and I think she was just a little too honest. And
Why is that? Why was it too honest?
Because she came across like a hoe.
What makes her a hoe?
Well, I did 8.
So
And she did 36.
doesn't that just make you an underachiever?
Said 35.
I'm 35. I'm adding to it, but no, I just think that. And then when she said she had the
But you
3
see how he
guys in
laughed
one
at
day,
you when you said 8, because he don't even believe you. Like,
well, I mean, hey, it's 8. And I'm sticking to it.
sticking to it.
She stuck to hers. No.
Number 9 is
but
over there. Like, damn, I can't believe
even
he
the
didn't
number
count
didn't
me.
get me, but when she said it boldly, like she was bragging on something, and she said she slept with 3 dudes in the same day.
She
That's
didn't
hotel
say in the
tour right
same
there.
day. She said
Yes,
in
she
a
did.
24-hour period.
So same day, 24
That's
hours,
like 2
same day.
days.
Okay, you straighten it out. Okay, well, in a 24-hour period, she slept with 3 guys, and she doesn't want to be classified in certain levels. I think what she really did to me was a woman only has one thing, and that's her mystique.
Mystique.
And a woman can sleep with 100 guys and have mystique, and everybody thinks she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And a woman can sleep with 2 people and be considered a hoe. And I think she came across like braggadocious. Just
It's
like
a
if
lot
guy
of women
came
who
up
are
here.
virgins and are considered hoes.
Exactly, that's my
so,
point.
I mean,
Because
it's not
they don't
about
have
the
mystique.
woman.
If you
It's
don't
not
carry
about
yourself like a woman. And
what does that mean? Carry yourself like a woman. How many times have you been a woman in your life? But when was the last time you were a woman?
I've
You're
never been a woman.
speaking as a
Not that there's anything
woman.
wrong with that,
You're
Alphabet.
saying how a woman should carry herself, and I'm like, what are you
Okay,
basing
I'll say,
this
in my
perspective
opinion,
on?
let me change
But
that.
what is
I
your
forgot your
opinion of what a woman should carry
I think a
herself?
woman should be classy at all times.
Why?
When she's out
Are
in
you
public,
classy
okay.
at all times? Why are there different standards for men versus women? That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, you guys want to put women on a pedestal like we're not human, like we're supposed to be something different. We have to have mystique.
I'm
We
not
have
saying-
to be classy at all times. We
Not
can't
at all
have slept
times,
with
but a woman
more
should
than
try to- okay,
how
I
many?
should say, let me change that.
What's the
On a
justifiable okay
podcast
number?
that has 500,000 people watching it daily, I think that would be a place where one wants to try to be classy.
No,
I'm not saying what you do behind closed doors.
So you don't think she should be honest?
Damn straight, she should have lied on that one.
Why?
Wow.
Why?
So is it other than the number, what about her behavior was not classy?
Good question. Good question.
It would be like if I said 8 because it's a low number, and I'm not proud of that fact. It was 8. It probably should have been 7. But when I look at some of these other people, when other people come out here and they claim these large numbers, like Shannon's probably like me. Shannon may be 9 or 10, and Shannon sat back and he was aghast. He's like,
he was aghast.
I'm not asking these questions.
Okay, what's a decent number for a woman according to?
Well, I mean, I'm not even saying.
Let's ask a cop. How many men is a woman allowed to sleep with in her lifetime?
I don't care. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't care if the number is 36. Just don't put it out there that it's 36.
So lie.
You know? That's a lot. You know,
So
you
you
got
want-
to
But she said throughout her thing,
She said
she believed in
35,
honesty. She
but-
believed in being honest. Now
Right.
So she stuck.
Okay, we take a poll
So
right now. Women
is that
take
why
shit
you
to the
lied
grave.
to women? Because you like being lied to?
I don't lie to women. Whoa, hey.
You lying to everybody right now with your 8. How old are you? and what age did you start having sex? I'm just saying, you're gonna go with 8.
My mom might see this one day.
I don't give a.
My mom might see this
I
one
don't
day.
give a flying flipper
was,
who sees it. I just saying, if you gonna sit here and pretend, like, at what age did you start having sex? Like, answer some questions that
Okay,
make us believe that this 8 is your reality.
And why is 8 not
19?
considered? And why is 8 not considered a hoe?
Right.
Well, 8 and you stretch that across
If it's
time.
any more than
You
your
stretch it across time.
spouse,
Yeah.
anyone more than your spouse, you should be considered a hoe, right?
I mean, a good Christian boy would have just had one. He'd have married his elementary sweetheart.
But like I
the
said,
girl who booty you
she
rolled
would've
in
did better.
preschool.
she would have did better to me. And I'm just saying. I'm not saying that it's bad for somebody to have slept with 36 people. Even a number
35.
like over 100 would be okay. Okay?
Oh,
And
it's just
well
it's
over
not
100.
okay to say it.
It would be okay. But my point is, if she's going to, some shit you just keep at home.
Why? Have you not seen the age we live in? We live in the social
Well,
media
that doesn't
age.
make it right.
People don't keep
That
nothing
doesn't
at
make it
home
right.
anymore.
That doesn't make it right.
But they're not worried about right. They're worried about likes. Her Instagram numbers just
she
went
may
up.
not get a wedding ring, but she got likes.
Who said she won't get a wedding ring?
Superhead got a wedding ring. Why wouldn't she
It's
get one?
a lot of niggas out here marrying
I mean, think about
strippers
it.
right
Superhead
now.
was-
Strippers,
Superhead by the name.
prostitutes. Prostitutes get wedding rings. Pornographers, a lot of pornographers
And
are,
I like I said,
are
I don't
married.
care what the body count is. I would just like my lady or my wife or my girlfriend
To
whatever
lie to
wanna
you?
call them. No, I don't care what she says. If I know the count, it's okay. But I don't want the world to know the count.
What's the difference?
There's a big difference. There's a
What
big
is, so
difference.
tell us,
So,
what is
Chrissy,
the
wait,
difference?
but let's ask you. Let's get your opinion though on
What's your
her
count?
comment. No. Her comments. What was your thought
told
when
my
you saw her say 35, 24, 3 in a 24-hour period? I mean, how did you view the interview?
I didn't think anything of it. I thought, she's there doing what she went there to do, which was draw attention to herself, promote her site, promote her brand or whatever. That's not the only interview she's done where she's made comments that are triggering to the audience. So, I mean, she's doing what she's there to do. I mean, anytime you consider yourself an Instagram model, you're already branding yourself a certain way, right? So,
What kind of way is that?
however Instagram models are perceived.
How do you
so-
perceive Instagram models?
How do I don't have a problem with them. Like I don't.
No, I said how do you
Wasn't the
perceive
question?
them?
Yeah.
I don't. I
There
don't
you
have
go.
it. I don't have a particular
Not crossing
perception
that.
of them. I don't follow a lot of them, so I don't really know what they do or what they're.
So
But you did make the statement of Instagram models, how they're perceived. So he's asking.
It's
how-
not, but I'm not basing on my
so
perception
how do
of
you
them.
think
But
they're
I
perceived?
think a lot of other people perceive them. Well, okay, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, probably about a year ago, saw a video of a woman. She was working out. She was dressed in workout clothes, but her workout clothes were like just a sports bra and like some boy shorts or something. And he was going on and on about how inappropriate it was that she's filming herself in this outfit to work out. He's like, I think she looks more classy when she had all her clothes on. Don't you? And I'm like, what do you mean, don't I? She's wearing what's comfortable for her to work out in. But he's like indignant about the fact that this woman has removed the majority of her clothes to work out in and has filmed it. And he's adamant that I must agree that this is inappropriate behavior. And I'm just like, I don't agree with you. Like, that's that woman's choice. Whatever she wants to do with her life,
But
with
you
her
just don't
body.
put certain things out there. It's like if I ask you,
No,
what's your body
you don't
count?
put certain
What's your body
things
count?
out there. Mine?
Yeah. Watch this. It's a church mouth peeing somewhere.
I only count the top 5.
Great answer.
And how long does it take you to get to that top 5?
You'll never make it.
Great answer. So yeah, go ahead, call in, Don. I saw your message. Let me know when he calls in, Dwayne. So I mean, I guess the big question is why, and both of you can answer from your own perspectives, of course, but why is it that men, if Derek Jeter was celebrated for his conquest, why is it that
What was Derek Jeter's number?
They never gave the number, but like number one fan said, it was so bad that George Steinbrenner, who was the owner of the Yankees before he passed, had to call him into the office to tell him, hey, bro, you need to slow down.
Oh, wow.
Because Derek was...
Let him down.
Well, I mean,
man.
Wilt
I'm talking about the
Chamberlain said
stars.
20,000 on national television.
Who said 20,000?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh,
a few
yeah,
years
that-
ago.
I call
Oh,
bullshit.
yeah. What? See,
No,
that, see,
so
that's
I call
dismissive.
bullshit.
What, huh?
Now tell Dwayne, post the number he's trying to...
That's dismissive. You're saying, oh yeah, it's Wilt Chamberlain. Why is that okay? 20,000.
No, they said it was okay. I don't think it was
35?
okay.
You have an issue with 35.
I
This
didn't
man
say it
said
was okay.
20,000.
I think that's quite disgusting. I'm at 8.
Oh, now it's disgusting. That's,
But I mean, no, I didn't say it wasn't anything
How
bad.
did he do that?
I just would rather a
Please
woman
give me
not
notes.
put her number out there. I just don't think. I mean, that's something.
But it's okay if a man does.
So if a woman asks you, or you ask a woman her number, you're saying you prefer she lies to you. Is that what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't ask that a woman that
Okay,
number.
she
I joked
You
around.
just
and
asked
so-
me.
I was joking around
So,
with you. I
so,
wouldn't
so
ask
hold
that
on,
shit.
no, real question
Yeah.
now, because you're a single man still.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're out on a date and a woman asks you your body count, you would not reciprocate the question to her after you told her only 8.
It would be a turn off.
course
to me.
he would.
I'll tell her 8.
How about you? Yeah, exactly.
But I wouldn't
What
want
if
to
she
know.
matched your 8? What if she say, me, I have an 8 too. You be good with that?
8. Okay, so 8. I mean, I'm gonna try to climb the mountain anyway. But my point is,
But you won't put a ring on it?
no, 8's not a bad number.
Oh.
That's quite a
'Cause that's your number?
It's showing somebody that's very caring.
But 18 would be?
No, 18 wouldn't be bad.
What would
I'm
be
not
bad?
even saying
So then-
36 is bad. I'm just saying you don't put your business out there like that.
So what if she said it in the restaurant loud enough for other people at other tables could hear?
That's a jersey number you wear at basketball. That's what I say. Probably say something like that.
Well, number one fan, what do you consider a hoe? Because she said all men are hoes. Go ahead, caller.
Man, what's up, y'all?
Turn him up a little bit, D. What up, brother? How you feeling?
Man, I'm chilling, man. How y'all feeling?
Good,
Good, brother. Good.
Talk to me.
Here we go, right? The body count, the number stuff, right? What does it matter?
There you go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you go with these entertainers, look at all the entertainers just swapping beds with each other. Look at all the sports figures just swapping beds with each other, and everybody else. They not being honest. It's just being publicized because of today's time. So how do people view that?
I mean, you got somebody like a Kim Kardashian, who everybody calls her a hoe, but you also have to call her
Right.
a $1 billion hoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
but
gonna suck them, be a billionaire.
but I'm just saying,
That was her. That
How
was her
many people
come
do
up.
we know Kim Kardashian's been with?
probably same number MJ been with. Is it
No,
more than
I'm saying
36?
how many do we know?
she been with 9. She ain't been with 8. She was
I
with
think
8.
she's only been with like 5 or 6, right?
Shit.
Now that's what we know about, right?
Yeah. I mean, since
So what's wrong? What's wrong with it though? Like, what's wrong with enjoying yourself and doing what you want to do? If you think
Ask a cop.
Well, the issue I have with it, and I'll just be honest, it's like I don't care if it's somebody. I'm not saying I wouldn't climb that mountain, but she is.
So you would
You
add
would-
to
you
the
would not,
number.
you said?
He said he
I
would.
lie. No, I would
He would
climb.
add to the number.
I thought you
Oh,
would. I'd be like, boy,
no,
stop
no.
lying. Now
I'm just
now
saying-
you're going too far.
No, what I'm just saying is for sake of argument, I just believe there's certain, it's like we change the gender roles. And I think there's so many women now that are trying to get, I'm not saying attempting to get a masculine quality, but most women back in the day, they would look at you in shock if you asked that number. And back in the day, even when you were younger and you joked around with the number, they throw something out like 2 or 3, and you may know there's at least 4.
I
or
would still
more.
look at you in shock. How dare you, sir?
Exactly. But see, now women saying like, shit, 60. Whoa.
60.
come on, Hey, or might say some loud number like that or ridiculous number like
Ridiculous.
168. Just pulling one
But
out
how
there.
old are these people? Because I mean, like, if you think about it realistically, right? And what's her name? Brittany's 31, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hypothetically say she's been having sex since she was 16. That's only like 2 people a year. Those are like
that ain't bad.
decent 6-month relationships. She just goes through, relationships faster than other people. So,
Well, can you really believe that count when she had 3 and 24-hour period?
okay, so that added, to the
That was a
number.
good time.
That was one time. Everybody's had that one time where, well, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people have had that one time where, alcohol and other stuff, and next thing you know, it's
And I agree with you, Carl.
it's what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly. Good point. Let it stay in Vegas.
or in St. Louis,
Don't just
or in
New
California,
Orleans, you know what I'm saying? There's lots of places where stuff
Or in
happens
Atlanta.
in that part. So, I mean,
But I just think a woman just has to, and this is not being chauvinistic, because it's just like
it totally is. Just for the record. this
yeah,
is
a woman should do that
textbook
if it was
chauvinistic.
1962.
It's literally the definition of chauvinistic.
Literally, what Don say?
If it was in 1962, I feel you, MJ, but not now.
even now, dude. Okay, if you ask the average chick,
No.
if you had 100 women in here. And you ask regular women, I'm not talking about an Instagram model. I'm not talking about a prostitute.
We
I'm
aren't
not
either.
talking about a stripper. If you ask the average woman, most men couldn't get an honest answer from their wives, let alone the average woman is going to knock her number down. Just like the average dude. I'm not going to sit up here. I mean,
Do you know why
it was hard for me
women
to say,
have
hey,
ever knocked their number down? Do you know why women knock their number down?
Judgment.
because they want to.
Because we-
Because people like you shame them for
I wouldn't
telling the
shame them. I
truth.
would
You're
be
doing
happy.
it right
Oh,
now
she
to
could-
Brittany.
if she
She
look
should have
good,
never
she
said
could
that.
tell
Oh my
me
God,
72,
36. It
and I'm not
doesn't
gonna have an
matter.
issue.
If you shame people for whatever their experience is, why would they want to tell you the truth? Why they're going to feel inclined to
Some
knock their number
questions
down.
you just don't ask.
Anybody watching this right now, if they encountered you and you asked them the question, they would probably feel inclined to lie to you
I wouldn't
because
ask that
you
question.
made it seem like you're not accepting of the
I'm
reality
not
or of
saying
the
I'm
truth.
not accepting.
You
I'm
are
just
totally saying.
it gives a person can make assumptions or about
Who
how you are
cares
as a
what
person.
other people think?
If you're dating that person and you're in a personal relationship to the point they're gonna ask you what your body count is, hell, look, it's the look on Shannon's face like, oh shit, you really said that? And anybody's gonna be like that.
Anybody's not. You are.
Well, most people.
It was a
No,
famous
most people
poet.
like you. Not everybody's like you.
Right. It was a famous poet, Vera Walker.
Yeah.
And she say she's an honest.
all hold honest.
We
You said
can't hear
what?
you.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah.
I said it was a famous poet years ago. Her name was Vera Walker. She say all her hoes and honest. Is she a honest hoe and all her hoes is honest?
All her hoes are what?
Honest. So she an honest hoe and all her hoes are honest.
Yeah. I just you know.
Listen.
Just,
Hold on, we got JT on the
Today's
line. Go ahead, JT.
hey man, MJ.
yes.
That's all you had to say, huh? It's women out here with 5 kids with 5 different baby daddies, and they gonna tell you they
old
only
are
been
you?
with 2 people, and you believe them.
He said, "How old is he, JT?" Yeah, we know.
8
I've been
people.
trying to keep quiet, but now
Can't stop
we had 8
laughing.
people.
8. Yes.
He said yes.
8.
I mean, I'm a shy guy. I mean, I just
I mean,
got
how
out
many-
there.
I
I really want to get to know
many
women
children you
before I
got?
meet them. I just
Sorry.
I just don't jump into bed with a woman just because. I mean, I value myself.
I value myself. You look like a person who, and you're a cop.
Oh, my
You're an
God.
ex-cop. Man, please get the fuck out of here.
Okay. All right. Let me get back
Cops are
on topic.
notorious for being.
What's wrong
Cops
with
are
my number?
notorious for being hoes. Like
What is that in the background?
this playing Jeopardy music.
Yeah, the Jeopardy music on.
Let's move on.
Go ahead, Teaser. What you got, brother?
All right, let me get on topic, man. Oh God, yeah. MJ, you saying that I'm not trying to be said in a male chauvinistic way, but yeah, you are saying it in a male chauvinistic way.
No, I'm just saying that one, you shouldn't isolate it at a woman but 2, I wouldn't. It's like say I just did it for a point, but to let you know what my number was. But just say hypothetically my number was 168.
Just hypothetically.
Hypothetically, you
my
just
number
pulled
was-
that out the air, huh?
You just pull that number out there.
168.
And so if it was 168, how would you feel about dating a guy that had 168 bodies?
That means that the chances that he'll be decent in bed are better.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it probably would. Yeah, it probably would. It probably would.
Y'all got a genius on
Well, like I said, if a chick, I don't care how many bodies she has, but don't put it out there just for everybody to see. It's like you could have picked up a straight streetwalker off of Stewart Avenue, and that's who you love. That's who you love.
Yeah, she probably only been with 3 people, huh?
But I'm saying that she's been with 10,000 people. If you love who you love. But you wouldn't want everybody to know she was with.
They always seeing her on the street on Stewart Avenue. What do you
if
mean?
move,
Everybody
in other
knows.
words, you don't have to advertise it.
If you move,
So
you gonna pick up your streetwalker and move her to another town so people don't know she was a streetwalker.
Yeah.
So they not gonna be able to look at her and tell.
So do you view like number one just said Matt Johnson said he had 5, 6 women in bed at the same time and that was on a regular basis. How do you view him versus Brittany?
I mean, 2 should be the max for that.
2 in bed at the same time?
Yeah, threesome. I've been told. But when you get that, that's just
I've been
nasty.
told.
That's just nasty.
That's just nasty. Threesome, high.
But 2 or 3 is okay.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
never had a threesome or a foursome
Exactly.
or
So
5?
I've only had 5 acts and 1 threesome, but I count that as 1 act. Yeah, no, they were separate. That's 3. That's 8. But and I was younger.
How many people were in the threesome?
Huh?
How many people were in the threesome?
2, and me. That's 3.
So you count yourself
Yeah.
as part of your 8?
No,
'Cause you were in the
Okay,
threesome.
that'd be 7.
Because you were in the
Yeah, it must
threesome.
have been seven.
You
It
said
must
it
have
was
been
5
yeah.
acts,
That's that
and then
cop
a
math.
threesome. That's 8.
Must have been
So
Anyway,
your
let's
lie
move
is
on.
unraveling at the seams.
Let's move on here.
talking about in one
let's
week.
move on here and get to the point. No,
What
I
is
mean,
the
I would
point?
say 5 to 6 women at the same time. I mean, and I'm not even gonna crack
Like,
a
ew,
joke
that's
about why.
gross,
You know, but-
nasty. Who would ever
No,
do
but you gotta look
that?
at that's probably what. No, I ain't gonna say that. I like the guys. That's my favorite basketball player, so I'm not gonna crack on.
So just
how Magic got it.
real question, callers, but both of y'all. Why do you think there's a disparity between the view of the man versus the woman? If when he interviewed Chris Brown the week before, if Chris Brown said he had 35 women, would it have gotten any of the reaction that Brittany saying she had 35 men got?
No, people would think he had way more than that.
Yeah, they're slapping for lines.
What,
Give me
what,
a number
what,
one
what,
album.
what do you think, callers? JT go first, then Don. Go ahead.
Go ahead, JT.
If Chris Brown said he had 35 women,
Yeah, I feel that
people would be like, that's chaste.
I just feel this an old view in regards to, men and women and relations that they have. The crazy thing is things have changed, times have changed, and women,
Have changed.
even back when, were doing more than what we were doing, but they were scared to say it because they knew they would get shamed.
Right.
And I think now, as Christy also, how you doing? I didn't speak to you earlier.
I'm great, thank you. How are
My
you?
bad. Good deal. I'm good. But I just feel that people are now shaming women for being their true selves out loud.
No, they're not.
Now, yes, this young lady was doing it for clicks, but there are some women that's at the sports bars, that's at clubs or whatever, saying that's not doing it for clicks, and they're getting shamed because of that. Or they're being pushed to the top of the list.
What does that mean?
Some guys is like, all right, cool.
What does push to the top of the list mean?
Means people are gonna go out.
Some men don't mind it.
And I don't think anybody really minds it because you don't know, but that's something. And
'Cause you
JT, I
don't.
disagree with you. Just because they're changing things and the morals are changing, you're doing it. I think the same things are happening. I just think women in the past did have certain, social stigmas attached to them going out and sleeping with a bunch of men. And I think the same token, I'll be honest with you, when they say Wilt Chamberlain, they gave his body count, I said, damn, that's nasty. I'm just gonna be real. That's something I wouldn't do. I mean, and I'm not, all jokes aside, okay, I just don't think that's cool. Now, on the same token, I don't care what a woman's body count is as long as she's acting and carrying herself like a decent woman. And I'm thinking a type of woman I would date, I wouldn't want a woman that would come out on TV and say, yeah, I sucked 100 dicks last night.
But
That's
let
not
me
cool.
let me just
I
question.
mean,
Let me ask
last
a question
night.
before, and I'm gonna get you the next, Don. But let me ask this question though, based on what you just said. And Chrissy asked you that question earlier. Outside of her saying she had 35 men, what was not classy about her?
3 men in a 24-hour period.
Okay, aside
outside
from
of
that,
those two sexual things, what was unclassy about her?
what wasn't classy about her
I just
behavior?
think she led with sex, or she puts it out. And it's, with me, it's any woman.
She
gotta
led
have,
or she answered questions?
I think she was just, that's her whole gimmick. When you said research a topic, and I went to different podcasts she's been on, I mean, she leads with that, and she talks about what she's got to have in a man, and this is what I present. And it's all, everything teeters around this sex aspect of it. And I'm on, not, like I said, I would not back off. I would knock it down, but you have to have something behind the ears too, or you also have to project yourself as a woman I would want to be with. And I would not want to be with a woman that just leads with sex. Like, to me, the sexiest thing a woman can put on is a sundress. I do not want a woman, even if she has a body, walking around with her stomach out all the time and her titties out.
All right, real quick, let me get Don's comment so we go to break. Go ahead, Don. What you got, brother?
I got to echo what JT said on that deal, because times have changed, and women are more liberated nowadays, and they're allowed to do those things along with, expressing it. And JT said it do knock them to the top of the list with some men. It depends on what kind of man that hear that what kind of woman that is, because the nastier the woman is, and if you hear that,
I don't know too many men that won't pursue that after that. You know, so she could be promoting herself for a bigger bag later on down the line. So who knows? You know, we don't know what her motive is, but women are allowed to do the exact same thing men are doing. Because we out here, we having a good time and all that stuff. So, you know, women like powerful men. They like men in certain positions. And now the women are being in these positions. So now the tables are kind of turning. Men like being with those type of women also.
I want to comment on that.
Something tells me her clicks went up tremendously after this particular interview. Chris, can you hold it? We come back from the break.
Yeah,
we'll be right back with a break. I'm going to read a couple of these comments I just saw as well. We'll be right back.
Yes, Kiki.
No, it doesn't.
It's not a first rodeo.
You don't know that unless she
Yes, it
tells
does.
you. No, you don't.
Yes, you do. If a girl
no, you
should-
don't.
So a lot
If she
of,
go
a lot
like
of
this,
I personally
this conversation didn't start
disagree.
at all during the break, just so
Sorry.
y'all know. And you can tell it's still going on. And a lot of interesting things have been said.
Wrong.
But
I wanted to comment on
Go
what
ahead.
he said with regard to men going after her just because they heard that that's how many people she's been with, or women's experiences, or women having had experience makes some men more interested in pursuing and chasing and going after it. And some women put their number out there just for that, because I also watched a few other interviews with Brittany or some of her personal reels or whatever, and she mentioned in one of them something about finding the baby daddy that can help provide for her. You know what I mean? So if she's looking for somebody to knock her up, and she knows that these dumbass niggas is gonna come at her because she put out a number and they want to be next on the list, they gonna end up with that high ass $200,000 a month child support that she was seeking. So y'all don't be thinking. Y'all just be, oh, she had 35, but let me get over there and be number 38. Like, I won't marry her. I just put a baby in her, and I'll have to pay for that baby every freaking month. Like, you guys don't think about anything outside of your own perspective, and your perspective is warped as fuck.
now, based on that, you said something during the break that I thought was interesting as well, because MJ said something to the effect of a woman coming in with certain levels of experience on the male skills, and you said that doesn't necessarily make it seem that they do that with everybody.
Right.
Explain that a little further.
So a lot of times women practice what they want to do when they get into a relationship before they ever get into a relationship. They practice with fruit. Sometimes they practice with popsicles. They practice on all kinds of stuff. So just because she has a certain skill set doesn't mean that she's been with a number of men. It could be that she's just spent some time preparing for the man that she wants to be with.
Now, I can honestly say I don't think none of us men actually think about that perspective of that.
Right.
Because the
We're
natural
just
thought
glad
is
she
what you
can
said.
suck a straw ball through us.
No, but because I mean, as women, like a lot of times, you know, we are in this world, right? We pay attention to the dumb shit men say and how much they enjoy this and how much they enjoy that, and then there's also rhetoric from other women that, oh, if you want to keep your man, you got to do this or you got to do that. So there are women who, even though they've not ever been with a man, practice what it might be like. You've seen movies where girls are like in the mirror, kissing the mirror, practicing how to kiss. They be sucking on bananas. Women do all kinds of stuff.
I don't know how many times I've been with a chick, and the first time it's like, oh, what is this? Oh. And then 2 weeks later, it's like.
That's because you're judgmental. She's trying to appease your dumbass. That doesn't mean that's what she knows.
That was 4 and 5.
Women do a lot of stuff that's not really who they are, because of how you are. Women respond to how you are,
I don't care,
not what they are.
I don't care what a number is, but I would be a bit concerned.
You do care what her number is. You said over and over again you care what her number is. Every other comment you make is I care what her number is. No, because you said I wouldn't marry her if she had 168 men. just a minute ago when we were off the air, that wasn't with her putting it out there. That was just if she told you. You do care what her number is, so don't pretend like you don't. You don't want to say what your cutoff number is, but you do care.
My cutoff number is.
You do care what her number is.
Yeah, because Kiki said, so you sitting there saying that before you about to hit and say, oh, I'm at 162, I'm not going to do this.
Oh, he definitely ain't doing that.
But is he going to hit?
He's going to hit it, and then he going to break up with her in a couple weeks.
And number one said,
there you go.
And that's petty as fuck, too.
Number one had interesting questions. He said, this Asian chick in Vegas had sex with 50 dudes, one by one. Now, who are the real whores? The men who lined up or the lady?
Them nasty ass. Well, I'll tell you which ones are fucked up. One, you good to go. Anybody that went and knowingly went after that is a nasty motherfucker. If you 2 through 50, you nasty as hell. That's and I don't even fault the female on that. Dude ain't no way in the world.
That was a caller right there, Dwayne. What'd he
say?
Yeah, you're judging too much.
He's very judgmental, yeah.
You said what?
He said you're judging too much.
If a woman has sex with 50 damn guys, and you line up, and
so you've never been part of the train,
and you pull a number. No, I have not.
You belong to a fraternity?
No.
Okay. Other than the policeman's fraternity?
Nah, I'm a Mason, but we don't do that.
Yeah, okay.
Lo,
I'm listening, brother.
you got a superstar on the panel, and she's sitting right next to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know who to call with this topic.
You knew I was going to go in. He's like... Because you didn't tell me he was going to come with this dumb shit.
I didn't know.
Let me ask you something.
So, you know.
Nah, that's no. Like I said,
Look, Kiki said.
So basically, you just don't like hoes.
Masons don't do what? What?
And she's a part of y'all. You know what are y'all calling?
That part. She calling you out because I know some Masons too, but we not getting into that.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Right. But you got to stop lying. And you got to stop with all this judgment bullshit.
So,
you stop.
Yeah.
You don't like hoes. Let's just put that out there, right?
He don't like hoes. He don't like people that know he's been with hoes. Y'all are misinterpreting what he's saying.
I'm just saying I wouldn't marry a hoe. I'm just being real. And
you just want to fuck her?
Just because a woman has a larger number doesn't mean I wouldn't marry her. But if she's a large number and she carries herself like a hoe,
okay, wait. How does the number translate?
I wouldn't marry. I'm just
how does
real.
the number translate to
hoes? Hoes don't even carry themselves like hoes.
How does the number translate to hodom? So like what after what number is it a hoe? You know what I mean?
To me, when you can't justify the number, like when you start getting to I'd say you knocked down 4 or 5 in high school, you did 8 in college, and now if you're in your 30s and you got whatever the number is.
But what if you've just been in a lot of relationships? Like what if you never had sex outside of a relationship?
Well, sometimes you gotta say no.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, let's say I've been in 12
this guy
1 year, 2 year relationships. So after I've been with this guy for 1 or 2 years, I'm still not supposed to have sex with him because my number is at 20.
I'm not saying
and he gonna be 21.
Because if you keep your mouth closed, he would never know. But the average guy,
we going back to being lied to. Why do we have to lie to appease you?
Anybody would do that. Because
you're not.
I would lie about my number if my number was high.
Nobody's asking you to. You are lying about your number, by the way, but nobody's asking you to.
He said justified. Do
you know
why?
Do you know how many hoes have moved?
And you're not taking into account a woman's age.
Hold on, Don. I want to get her point. Then I get you so we can hear both of y'all. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm saying there's a lot of things you're not taking into consideration. You're not taking into consideration a woman's age. You're not taking into consideration the level of the depth of the type of relationships that these interactions happened in. You're not taking into account anything other than this number makes me uncomfortable, therefore she's a hoe. This woman could be 70 years old. She could have a number different. It's what makes it different. You haven't. You're not asking any of these questions.
Okay.
All you're asking
All
is
right.
what's the number.
Let me just
So what I'm
rephrase
saying
that.
is like what.
She has
give it some
certain indicators
perspectives.
that would indicate to me that she's more in it for the money, the status, or whatever. Because there shouldn't be anything. 3
What
men in
about
24
the
hours.
pleasure? Women aren't allowed to have pleasure.
And let me ask this question. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
And if she in it for the status or the money, is that her fault or is that the male's fault for how they approach her? Because if a man comes in the game telling you they're gonna buy you the world, why would the woman be like, oh no, thank you? You know what I mean? I don't need all that. If you come in with
The hoes is winning this
if you come
season.
in
I'll just
spitting
put
all
it out
this game
there.
about I'm gonna buy you this, I'm gonna take care of you, you ain't gotta work no more, I'm gonna fly across the world. Is that the woman's fault?
I'm just gonna say, as a person
saying.
who's not a hoe, it's hard out here for a woman who ain't a hoe. Hoes is winning. The struggle is real for non-hoes right now. Okay, like we ain't getting shit. We just
You said,
getting.
what if she's in it because she just likes dick?
Did she say because she was
Well, I mean,
light-skinned?
and I'm not saying I'm saying that's okay, but to me, I'm just saying for me, lie to me.
Lie to you. Got you. Don, what you got, Don?
Ask a cop.
Yeah.
Say this lady was living in Connecticut, and she was a lady of the night. Then she moves to Atlanta, joins the church. You meet her, fall in love with her, and get married.
I'd have no issue with that. I'd have
You
no
go
issue.
back. You go back to her family reunion in Connecticut. Everybody's laughing at you because you fell for the over and under.
The over and under.
Well, I'll tell you this, and I honestly,
That's good.
this is exactly how I would handle that.
Do
When
you-
we get back
do
to the,
you-
whole,
do you
the hotel
divorce her?
room that night? I said, baby, don't let me walk into this situation. I've had women tell me, you know, Mike, don't let me walk into this pool party and find out you done slept with a few of these girls in here.
Why would she think
A
something
few.
of you?
I
He
don't
went
know.
from
I'm-
half.
that's-
he
If
went
it was
from
more than
half to-
16, he didn't have that problem.
And the same thing, I would expect the same of any woman. If you're going to be taking me to a situation where you know I might be embarrassed, then you should tell me, then let it be my choice.
How about
If
just
you
don't be
fuck
so
100
easily-
She
dudes, we
changed her
go
life
for it.
around.
Huh?
She changed her life around. So, yeah, she's no longer that anymore.
No, of course I'm not going to divorce my wife. I love her. But I would have, like, baby, you shouldn't have let me walk into that. I've had parties.
Look, you wanted her to lie to you. You said earlier you want them to lie to you.
Okay, answer this question, caller. Haven't you had a situation if you got your main lady and there's say maybe a bar that you hang out at a lot or a spot that might have a lot of your old conquests? You're not going to take her there because you wouldn't want to put her in a situation where you speaking to people and she find out that you slept with half of them. That's not cool. But it's
Well,
the same
you're
way-
asking the wrong. You're
If
asking
it
the wrong
happened before
person.
her, what's the difference?
Because my lady and the women I deal with may be interested in those women.
But
Okay.
and Kiki just add on to that. Ask a cop. She said, "No, sir. You said lie.
Lie to you,
You said lie to you. So why would she tell you anything?"
I was joking with that.
No,
but I
you-
was
no,
serious.
you
Yeah,
wasn't.
you said
That's
lie
what
to
I'm
you.
saying. When we were sitting there and I said, okay, if I walked in and found out my
Now
wife
you
had been
married-
ran through by 100 and some people, of course we're going to have a discussion.
You don't want to lie about that part.
No, I lie.
Lie.
Yeah, no, but once I'm married, I'm not going to divorce her. I'm not going to divorce her, but I'd be like, damn, baby, your body count higher than mine. And
Higher than yours.
Well, she don't know.
Jokes. I'm not lying. Oh,
What to
I was-
say
I
and
mean,
what
she
not
was
to
a
say
woman
to
of the
you.
night. She might be at 8,000 to your age.
Nah, if I found out some shit like that, we might have to. If we didn't have
You
no kids
already,
involved,
you already married. You're not gonna divorce her over her 8,000.
it would more be.
Yeah,
some
just don't
deception
marry no
about what
girls
she
from
lied.
Connecticut,
We're talking
man.
about the past. You just leave that out that you was a hoe. Come on.
Wait, what
Lie
if you?
to you told
Wait,
her. Lie to me.
what if you found
You
out she was
said
a hoe
don't
and she
tell
only
you
fucked you
that.
missionary?
Ah, dang.
Keep it that way, Kiki. Keep it that way. Hold on to your body. You're right. like I said, I hope I let my 8 out because I know 8 is a decent number. Nobody's gonna get
Eight is a
upset with
decent
8.
number. I would. I'd be upset about 8.
That's hilarious. She said, you gonna get these bodies, sir.
I'd be like, 8, you can't do shit for me.
Oh, man.
What about that? Since y'all in the modern world, what about this? What's this lady say? Anytime you lay down with somebody, you spirit or part of their essence is left on a woman. Hell, the woman got 100-some bodies, you can't see it because she's covered up with essence.
Covered with essence.
Is she covered with essence?
Exactly.
That means she just gonna get
my
covered up with some more.
I'm a transition this subject to another topic that's similar to this one. Number one brought up a second ago, so I'm gonna go ahead and rock rate this real quick for the last few minutes. You have Travis Kelce, and it basically goes to the hypocrisy kind of conversation. You got Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Now, a lot of women, black women, are hot at Travis Kelce, saying, because they believe once you go black, you don't go back. And they hot. They like, oh, you done lost your black card, you this, you that. Keeping it, And my response is, hey, man, listen. Taylor Swift is the second grossing single female outside of Rihanna right now from music and business. I mean,
Exactly.
she's over Beyonce in terms of those two combinations. I mean, if you're going to go back, hey.
Yeah, that's the one to go back
That's
for.
not a bad one to go back to.
But I guarantee you,
but
if
there's a
Kelce
lot-
had a choice to tweet Rihanna, no kids, and her, he'd roll with Rihanna.
What about mine is
What?
Taylor Swift is right now the scenario, and but there's a lot of controversy in terms of him going to the white girl is how they describe it. Oh, you left
ran
the
to the
sister.
bag.
But and then you got all these sisters, particularly his exes, who coming out left and right about, oh, he's a narcissist, he's this. They ain't said nothing all this time, but now they dogging him out. You know what I mean? What's the thoughts on that?
What about this, guys? Taylor Swift a hoe. Look at her track record.
Who?
Who you said?
Taylor Swift. Look at her track record. Google her dating
Oh, yeah.
history.
But it's a lot easier cake body counts and
That's
she's
true.
worth $500 million.
So there's a difference then.
Same with a dude. Same with a dude. If a dude has a 5,000 body count and he's a billionaire, ain't nobody saying, no woman saying shit. And the same thing. Oprah Winfrey could, hey,
He
right
already
there.
said he would be with Oprah Winfrey if no matter what her body count was. So that's money then.
No,
It's
I
based
ain't
on body.
messing with Oprah.
I'll get into it.
She said, "Thank you, caller. Taylor Swift is a hoe too." So we consider Taylor Swift a hoe.
I feel like it's inappropriate to judge a person based
She-
on
no,
how many
she got-
people they've
she
had
just-
sex
she
with,
just-
because you don't know their life. You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
She
judging
enjoying her
them.
You
life.
are totally judging. That's
I
not
just
the
said I
point.
didn't judge it.
All I'm saying is you don't know the kinds of things that have led people to make the choices in life that they make. So to sit here and judge them just based on a number alone without having any background information is a little bit insane, if you ask me.
It wasn't a number. What I
Like her
originally-
number might have been, she might have been raped by 20 of them guys and only consensually had sex with
here Chrissy
15.
goes.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Here
you
you go,
don't
Chris.
know. You just took a number and you was like, oh my God, that's too high.
Okay,
like
now,
there's a
I
lot
done
of
said I had a
women out
thing
here
in
who have
problem with 36.
experiences.
I said keep it to yourself. When I started saying hoe was when the part came up about the 3 dudes in a 24-hour period. That's some hoe shit.
So Kiki saying you
That
got
also
stipulations on who
could
can have
be.
a body count and who can't. So now you got stipulations. So Oprah can have a body count.
Oh, Oprah can have a high body count.
So you got stipulations too.
Yeah.
And number one, let me answer your question real quick. It's not her being rich is not the only standard. What I was saying in terms of her being rich and the women coming out. So if you are Travis Kelce, who's a multi-millionaire, right, and you have all these women coming out now who are obviously coming out for clout. They're getting interviews that they're getting paid for. You know what I mean? They're saying things that they didn't say when they were together. So now you're coming out for clout. But you're going to a woman that's paid. So you're not, none of these women, you know, that he's been dating before, I don't know them, but I don't know if any of them brought to the party with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift ain't bringing that to the party. She is
The party.
The party. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, it just seems like it's a.
Is that because she's wealthy?
She's extremely wealthy.
Is that what makes her the party?
Yes.
Okay.
In terms of that scenario, in terms of if I am.
It's the
Like
difference
Travis
between
Kelce been dating the Brittany Renners. He been dating very, very
it's the
attractive
difference
women
between taking
who
an
aren't
Uber
necessarily
home or jumping on a
financially as
Lamborghini.
strong as he is. You know what I mean? He's been dating the model females, the women who are, and I'm not saying nothing bad about them. I'm just saying they're not worth $800, $900 million.
The truth is,
all I'm saying.
he was tired of getting turtlenecks for Christmas and birthday. Now I get a Lamborghini, Lambo, Silver Spur.
She said Megan Stallion got a list. You dying to be next.
Yeah, well, that's different.
That's different. Go
She
ahead.
can tattoo her body count on her forehead. I'm still hitting.
It won't matter.
It wouldn't matter.
Wow.
Go ahead, caller.
So the truth is, you're just not attracted to Brittany.
JT, MJ, I just have to say thank you for the clicks. Because your commentary tonight should shoot our episode straight to the top.
No, everybody else is lying. I'm the only one being truthful on here. There's nobody on here. No, seriously. If a chick, okay, you sitting there and you
Keep it going,
all
homie.
into her.
Hold on. Let them fit it, man. Because you just.
Hey man, I love it. Keep it going. I'm amazed that you. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm not only listening. You can have a straight face with this stuff, bro. You are dope.
You gotta take one of your auditions, JT.
He said you got a straight face.
You probably gonna look at in the acting because you could really. Hey, man.
No, I'm just
Hey,
being,
man,
I'm being
Chrissy
honest.
called,
If
you
you're
know,
sitting, everybody here that's
Chrissy
sitting
done
saying,
started talking
if
about
you-
the stuff he talk about
you
during
have
the
amnesia?
break. Woo, she got you with that one.
Brain trauma, short-term memory loss. Do you have amnesia?
yeah. No, if you're
Yeah.
sitting across from somebody and you're sitting there having a dinner, you're into them, you've known them for a while, and you're looking at moving forward, and she says, "Well, what was your past like?" And I tell her, 8. And she leans back across the table and I says, "You want me to be honest?" She says, "Yes." And she says, 108. I'm like, 108 what? And she's gonna say 108 bodies. And I'm gonna do the math. I'm gonna look at her age. I'm gonna say,
Do the math.
the question is,
do the math.
how are you employed? I'm gonna straight up asking because that's a high body count for me. I'm gonna be real. I'm not saying I wouldn't still go home
Wait,
with
what's
her,
the high body
but
count?
I'm not gonna.
What's the high body? What's the number?
108.
108.
108.
And how old is she?
It's she could be 50 with 108, and I'm like, God damn, that's whoa, that's a lot.
So
It could have just been a
And
bad
the-
like 1 year.
Kiki
What
said the
what-
baby rapping about how he busting Megan's mouth. Yeah, you ready for a kiss? I want to see the look. That's the look I'm looking for.
And look,
Y'all got jokes.
I know we getting on to the Taylor, what's her name, the Swift chick, and
I have a
Kelce.
question.
but the 3 people in 24 hours. Man, I know when I was in the military that we had bets to see if you could get how many you could get within a 24-hour period.
They did?
Bets.
And one time a female
Really?
actually won the bet.
Wow.
And I think a lot more could have won the bet, but they were scared to actually say that they actually had 4 or 5 in a 24-hour period.
4 or 5 in a 24-hour period? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
it
man.
could
It happened.
happen.
That's happened? I mean,
I'm not
And
saying
I'm
saying it
sure
could
that
happen.
1 and that 8 that
it's
you
way
had
easier for women to get sex than men.
probably did that.
I'd be hard pressed in a week, let alone just
I
one
believe
day.
that
Oh,
about
that's,
you.
That's, I could.
Just couldn't fathom, huh?
I can't. Oh my God. Oof.
Now, getting on to the Kelce and Taylor Swift thing, I'm amazed at how many, not only his exes, but how many black women have come out in social media mad at this guy because he actually have dated black women and then ended up going, I don't know if you can call it back to a white woman, but he had actually started dating a white woman. Even if she didn't have 900 million or whatever she has, because she has a lot. I can't even fathom that number. I'm amazed at it because I'm sure that there are many black women that have left a black man and went to a white man. A bunch of them.
And number one fan, she said Travis's ex weren't competition. They weren't gold diggers. They all had college degrees. Okay, I didn't call them gold diggers. Some people are. I didn't say nothing about gold diggers. My point is, they ain't bringing in Taylor Swift money. Whatever you say about them, they not on that level. They're nowhere, you know what I mean? So why, and my question was, why are they bashing him now? Excuse me. Now. That's all I'm saying. Why are they bashing him? Why were they talking about him preseason? Now they got something to say, and it's all negative about him, but none of that came out before. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
They weren't being asked before.
Oh, we got Sugar Sean Riley on. He said, she's a hoe, laughed my ass off. She has kidney damage. That's too much sausage.
He said what?
I just want to put it out there that if you have had sex with Ask a Cop, just type 1 in the comment section of the video.
I'm trying to be funny. Let's not do that.
Just anybody who's been with Ask a Cop that happens to be watching this episode, just put 1 in the comment section.
Don't even play like that.
I'm just saying, since you want to
play like that.
Don't do that.
Since you want to.
Hey man, I'm not saying Bill her low. I'm just saying, why talk about it now? That's all I'm saying. Why now? And Travis Kelce got 900,000 new followers in 1 week because of this one person.
And the 400% raise in his
followers
in his jersey sales.
And how much?
400%.
400% jersey sales
in 1 week.
In 1 week. Yeah.
And my last thing is, y'all gonna get in trouble because I heard the bell and y'all kept talking. Y'all gonna get in trouble when the boss lady come back.
It's not how you fuck.
Dwayne been doing the job too. He didn't get it signed up. We heard the bell. That's why I'm about to go to break right now. We'll be right back.
That's some shit, though.